Hey guys, Ramblin Bob here with Mrs. Ramblin Bob.
No, that's Ramblin Bobcat.
Well, and Mrs. Ramblin Bobcat, she's here. And look at what she found, guys. She found 2 brand new boxes.
Oh,
so
she's out.
guess what today is? Today is the day that Pecron finally delivered after almost, what, 2 months of waiting?
I don't know.
It's a long time. Yeah, I think we all...
They are here.
Yeah. Okay, so we got the 2 boxes, guys. So if I can have something sharp here to open them.
Sure.
And then we're going to get these going here.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see here. Guys, we've been waiting for these for quite a while. A lot of headaches in the world with shipping and all what's going on in the world, so obviously it was a little bit of time consuming to wait. Hopefully you guys got your stuff within a reasonable time, but I kind of understand this time because, like I said, with all the craziness going on. Oh, look, we got more corners.
Corners!
We got more of those. Okay, here, we don't need those.
Yeah, we do. Give me those.
But look at what we got. How many of these do we have?
5.
No, we got more than that. We
5
gotta
and
have,
a half.
let's see, 1 battery, 2 battery, 3 battery, 4
4.
battery, 1 power station, 1 power station. I think we have 7.
I was close.
Yeah, 7 and I think a bag. So this is, I think, number 8. I'm not sure. But look at all that bad boy stuff, guys.
Ooh.
Oh, that's what we need right there is the big guy.
No, I'm looking at the best part in there.
Look at all that.
You know what that is?
What's that?
Instruction manual.
Instruction manual. Okay, you get this.
Yeah, thank you.
If you want to close it up so we don't lose any of that.
Oh.
I do wish, guys, that these were just a tad bit longer for the idea that I had. But we're going to have to see if it works. I'd like to go from here to here. And it seems like it might just be long enough. But I don't know if it's a good idea. Because remember, you have to twist these, right?
Yeah.
So it's still in the white areas if you put them here and here. But do you think it's going to be long enough to have it like that where the battery is up here?
It depends on the part.
And do you think it's a good idea to put 120 pounds on top of this already? Because remember, that's 120 and this is 80, so this is 200 pounds already here. Am I in video all the way?
Yeah, you are.
Okay.
You're fine. I checked already.
My backup would be to pull this forward and then set it here and then put the second stack behind there. So that's my backup plan. But I would like to have 1 tall stack, and I don't know if it's a good idea, guys. Because like I said, normally I think it would be okay, but it's 120 pounds for 2 batteries.
Ramblin Bobcat.
That's for Ramblin
so
Bobcat.
excited.
Okay, so here's 1 if you want to grab that box out of there.
Sure.
That's 1. Okay. So the boxes are obviously much bigger than the shipping battery, obviously, because the battery, they're tiny. Very heavy though, guys. If you have trouble lifting anything, please do yourself a favor and
so small.
they look so small.
I did this last time where I was like, why the box was so heavy, and then that.
Well, that's all that good packing. I mean, look at this, guys.
I know.
Look what they ship it like that for a reason, you know. Lithium iron phosphate batteries are relatively safe, but just in case you don't want any goofiness.
Yeah.
So they pack them well. Or if you don't have a crazy driver, sometimes you got a crazy UPS driver. This actually came from FedEx, and they did a really good job.
Yeah.
Look at that, more corners. Woohoo!
I was impressed how.
You know what these are for?
Corners.
Well, these are like sub corners, so that's if you stack them on top. I could put those in the middle.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah. We did that last time.
You notice, guys? Notice that they're a tad bit different shade. Let me open one and show you here, guys. So they have these little things you can lock them together, and then you could put this here. See that? But notice that it's a little, like a tiny bit different color. It's not much, but you can see the difference in shade. Just a tad bit. But those go here basically, so that way you can have it like this.
So they're always connected, right?
Yeah, so it looks like one unit and hold them together. But we're not going to do that, guys. So we have a ton of these. If you guys need some of that, maybe we'll just give them away. But I don't know how we're going to get them to people.
Cornering the market.
Yeah. These are like siding the market. Because if they're sides really than corners.
Why would, no.
2 corners. Okay, then we got another bag here. And remember, out of all this good stuff, all we need is that 90-degree cable. That's all we need. The rest of it is all bonus stuff, really.
And the instruction manual.
And the instructions. Mr. Ramblin Bob wants to look at that.
I already took it out of the other one.
There you go, okay. Well, we certainly have a lot of these Pecron boxes. We'll do a video review on these Pecron boxes. We have a ton of those now. That's got, I think, number 9. 8 or 9. I lose track, guys. I don't know. I got a bunch of this stuff. We have spent a lot of money, but we really do enjoy our new hobby. These are the These are the cat's meow and the bee's knees right here. It's the 90 degrees. I really wish they would have made these for the E2000. I really would like these for the E2000, but these do not work with the E2000. And notice there's 2 pins, 2 major pins, and then 3 other pins. So those are communication ports. But this is what makes the magic, guys, is these little guys here. Otherwise, you couldn't get them together.
Round 2.
All right. Oh, happy Halloween, guys. It's actually Halloween today.
Hey, we got our, sorry. Okay, let me try it again. We got our black and orange on Halloween.
That's true story.
Woohoo!
Okay, so here's one.
It's a Halloween miracle.
Sorry about my rear, guys.
Oh.
All right. This one. Oh. You know, I'll tell you what, like I said, these are deceivingly heavy, guys. They look small, but that's 120 pounds right there, or the weight of one of my legs, I think, nowadays. But
they're here.
all right, yeah, they're here. Okay,
yeah.
So a full system all together.
Ow, sorry.
Okay, how high does the camera go?
I don't know. I don't know. That's like.
Is this good? Can you see everything?
Yeah.
You see the cables?
Yeah.
You see the cables?
No.
Okay.
You go up a little bit.
Okay. So, put one here. And now remember, these have got to go the opposite way. Well, remember, I'd like to put it on top. So we're going to see if this works. If it doesn't work, we're going to try the other way. Let's try one. Okay. So that's what the system would look like.
Yep.
With, let's see, with 3 of them up there. Okay. So that's, 1, 2, 3 extra batteries with a battery. So what we're going to try to do is, obviously, remember, what's the mistake that I made?
Oh, it's the wrong side?
Yeah, so you got to turn it on.
Because all the ports are on the same side, right?
Yeah. I'll tell you what, guys. These are not light. I think they're 65 pounds a piece, each battery. Whew, tired. Okay. Well, let's try and see. I'm just going to measure it. I'm not going to plug it in yet. And as you can see, guys, it is not long enough. See that? It is just short of about 2 inches. So this design is no good for my idea. This will have to go either on the side of it or on the back. So my idea was to go like this. And let's see what this will do here. Let's plug one in. You want to plug them until they click, guys. And then this, I think, you got to figure out what you're doing here. Like this. Okay, so this one can go like that. See how they kind of curl?
Yeah. And
then I think next to it, I think will be the way it'll have to be. So, let's move this one. Yeah, these are very deceivingly heavy. Holy catch fever. Okay, so make them even. Can you see the little wheels?
No, I have to go down now.
Okay, so
there you go.
These are the little dollies that we got, guys. I think they're like 13 bucks or 12 bucks at the freight. So then you can put the battery on there, and see how easy now? See that? So that's much easier if you got a bad back or you just having trouble lifting 65 pounds. I do some days. I mean, that's you know, I get no younger. These batteries can get quite heavy. So we're gonna have to do the side-by-side technique, and it looks like that would work. Or you could do, boy, those are heavy. You could do these two either in the front or these two in the back, but I want to keep them along the wall and keep more walk area here, so I'm going to try like this, just like that, side by side, and that's a 15,000 kilowatts, no, I'm sorry, 15,000 watt hour system here, guys. So you got 3, 6, 9, 12, and 15. This battery shows in the app as a host. This one is battery 0, that's battery 1, battery 2, and battery 3. I know it sounds weird because to me, speaking layman's terminology, I would assume that this is battery 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So we have to get something to change the battery settings.
Yeah, yeah.
So if you go into the...
oh, in there? Oh, yeah, there's one in there.
I think they're right in there. Now I have this one set to 0, this one set to 1. I believe as long as you have them set to anything other than each other, you know what I mean? Like, don't double up on the numbers. There's 6 numbers that can go here, which I wish you could have 6 batteries, but you can't. You can only have 4 extra batteries. So this is 0, that's 1, so this will be 2, and that'll be 3, and then it'll recognize that as 0, 1, 2, and 3 in the app, and also up on the screen up here. So what we're going to do is we're going to plug them in while it's actually charging. It's 365. I do recommend you guys shutting off the system when you do this. I want to see if it will access it live, just to see what would happen, whether it's good or bad, because I know people are going to buy these. They're going to get them and just going to plug them together. So I want to see if there's any safety risk to doing that. Obviously, you're going to have an influx of battery. These are about 75%, and these were shipped to us at about 75%. So if you look at that, they're 75. It's hard to see that. You see that?
Oh yeah. Yep.
So they're right about the same. So try to get them close. Pecron wants them within 10% of each other. So if this was 65, that's 75. Showing that all the batteries, like this one shows 75, that shows 75, and these are sitting at 75. That's close,
Yeah.
right? That's obviously almost the same. So
Can I give an update quickly?
yeah, go ahead.
Ramblin Bobcat has found the foam and is laying in it.
Oh, she likes it, huh?
Yeah,
Okay.
she's already there.
Can I get the flashlight there?
Yeah.
And then we're gonna, like I say, you should power these down, but if I power the system off, guys, we're gonna lose the lights and the camera. So we're kind of stuck where you know, we gotta leave it on. So we're gonna try this here. So remember, this is 0. This is host 0, 1. This will be 2. So you just click this little thing in here to number 2, and then this will be clicked to number 3. Now, Pecron ships them always labeled to number 0. So you have to make sure you do this part. Otherwise, if this one and this one were both labeled 3, what would happen?
Oh, I get confused.
It would be confused because it's actually 6,000 watt hours on one battery. So it would think that if it was, you know, half full, it wouldn't really be half full, because it would probably be full. You know what I mean? So however you hook them up, make sure that you do it in order that Pecron wants you to. So we use, you can do it however you want, but we use host 0, 1, 2, and 3. You could probably do 2, 3, 4, 5. You could probably do 3, 4, 5, 6. But we're going to continue in order from host 0, 1, 2, 3. I know that sounds confusing, guys, and it was confusing for us at first too. So what we're going to do is we're going to put battery port number 2. We're going to put the batteries together first to let them set. And these bend a little bit here, guys. So you gotta put a little muscle into it. You gotta bend them around here. Boy, those are stiff, aren't they? Holy crap! Okay. Okay, so now those are together, and if you think about it, those are ready to go. And then that one I have to get to this one. So should be very point and click serious, or simple, not serious, simple.
Yeah.
Serious and simple. Okay, so if I click these up. Guys, like I said, try to do this with your system off. I'm going to try it with it on just to see what would happen. I know it's probably not a good idea. I'm going to get flack for this, but we're going to...
We're doing it live.
Click it. Yeah, F it. We're doing it live, guys. Okay, so the batteries are now clicked together. I think... Okay, let's get them in order here. And now those S cables, or right angle cables, they line up very nice. So we're going to go into the app here, or the screen app, and we're going to see, as you notice, now let me bring this forward here. Now notice that, can I change this a little bit here? Okay, so notice that I remember when this screen goes dimmer, it's easier to see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in there and I'm going to turn, how do you turn on the screen brightness? Where was that? Right here, screen brightness, there you go. So I noticed this on the other ones, that if you leave it actually like that, you can see it better on the video rather than bright. So we'll leave it like that. And now it can be happy. So if you look at it, you'll see that the host, which is this one, is at 85%. Battery 0, which is this one, okay, the first battery, is at 71%. Now the battery number 1, which is that one all the way down here, is at 71%. And then if I can make this move here, that battery over there, which is actually listed as battery 2, is at 67%. And then the battery way down there, even though it showed 75%, is actually at 50%. So I'm going to let those balance a little bit. Notice that these two are charging along with the main one because it has to get them all equal before it can sit. So like I said, I just want to try this to see if it will work. As long as you don't have that much power, like they're not drastically different. The host is obviously a lot more because that's where the power is coming in, and then it filters down. But this 50% one, we're going to watch it in real time and just kind of see what it does. But now, as you see, we have 5 batteries, and it recognizes all 5 batteries. And then the lights are charging. I know it's going to be hard to see. Let me do some adjustments on here, guys. Give me a second here.
We're going now.
We got this old school style little tripod thing here.
It works.
But it works, yeah. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Okay, so we're gonna go this way to the fishing reel thing. So notice, can they see that, you think? Can you see that in there, guys? See that flashing light in there? Okay, so that one's flashing and that one's, I don't think you could see that one, but that one's flashing and that's flashing. That means they're charging. And then we're gonna go back up with this here.
Now you know what it feels like to be a fish.
Yeah, it's like fishing. Okay. Okay, so now notice that whoop, I clicked it. Okay, so 85, 71, 71, 67, and 50. Now, like I said, try to do this with the system off, but I want to see if this will have any effect on it while the system is on, because I figure that's what people are going to do, right? They're going to buy these and they're just going to jam them together and start using stuff. So that's what we're doing. We're doing the quote-unquote mistake to see if it would affect anything, or if Pecron has fixed this compared to the old ones, where you don't have any problems.
Well, it already recognizes the batteries.
And it's charging, yeah. So, I mean, that's way better than the E3600LFP. And guys, we don't bash that E2000. We like it. We still use it. It's in our coffee room area right now, running a 7.4 cubic foot refrigerator and a 5 cubic foot freezer. I think it's 5 cubic, isn't it?
It helps me make tea.
It helps her make tea. She loves tea, guys.
Tea!
Yeah, tea. All right, so we're going to see. Obviously, you're not having that much power in because you're only at 300. I wouldn't have done this if we would have been bringing in like 1,000 or 2,000 watts. So that's a very small amount. So basically, it's only charging what it was, about 120. I mean, that's not much, about 120 watts. So I figured that's almost the same as it being off compared to what this thing can really do. I mean, you could bring in, guys, I think it's like 4,150 watts total. That's insane. I mean, that's way more power than I thought we'd ever have. But very, very thankful that we could afford something like this. This will set us back a little bit, but we're very happy with it. What do you think about the design here now? I think it's a little bit big, but doable, and this helps. Yeah. Where, if I could show this, guys, you can see how clean that is. So, like, as you can see, we're all still in the white areas except this one. This one, for some reason, is not in the white areas. And maybe because I think it wanted to go that way. I don't know. But it works. You know, if it works, like, if it ain't broke, you know what I mean? Don't fix it.
It looks like a pattern.
Yeah, so you can kind of go like that. But it's almost there, but it's definitely past to where you're supposed to do it. So maybe you're supposed to go back with them, but then that would have been in the way of this one possibly. So this is how we're doing it. Whether that's 100% correct or not, we have like the letter S on one side and the letter S on the other side, and then the S's will merge like this. So they'll be opposite each other. That way you can put them together. Try not to probably touch these together. Make sure that there's a little bit of gap between them, just because voltage is running through there, guys. You don't want to have any headaches. Not on the bottom as well. What do you think about the space it uses up?
It's not bad.
I don't think it's bad at all.
No.
Yeah. It's, remember, this is 15,000 watt hours on this bad boy now. So here, 51%.
Oh, they can't see.
Oops, sorry guys. Okay, so that bottom battery is 51% now. So here we got 85, means, 71, right? 71, 67, and 51%.
You know what that means, right?
What's that?
It's charging.
100%, yeah.
Yay.
So notice that the only one that's charging now is the host, which is obviously the main one, and then the last one. So it's trying to balance them. This one's too high and that one's too low. So the three in the middle are like, I'm good. Yeah. So it's flowing the energy through each of the cables to the batteries and then hitting that bottom one. So we're getting there. We're gonna let this go for a little bit just so you guys can see in real time how it affects the charging. I suppose we could power dump from another system to kind of help it out here, but like I said, I want to go a little slow because 51 to 85 is a very drastic difference. You know, like this is 51 to 70, so that's 20% difference. So rather than fighting it, let it go kind of, you know, slow as possible, because the more power you start putting into this top one, the more you're forcing to that bottom one. And
yeah, I think it's good that they're so far apart then, because then they can slowly put it into the last one.
And this proves exactly the reason why I don't like those 4 lights. Remember the 25, 50, 75, and 100? I don't like those lights. That's an old technology for laziness, is because what happens is, remember, that battery said it was at 75%. Remember that?
Yeah.
And that battery said it was at 75% according to the lights. Now, the second you hook up a load or a draw to it, notice that it went down to 67 and 51. So those lights I don't trust. I like numbers. The 100% percentages better. You want to put her up on the BATERIA? She likes it up there. Yeah, set her up there. She likes it up there. Guys, Ramblin Bobcat, she sits on these darn batteries every day.
She wants to be in the box, but...
Yeah. Oh, here she is. Hi, Miss Ramblin Bobcat. She's got a new place to sit. Actually, she has stairs now to get to the window.
Yeah, she's really
so she's probably happy about it, yeah. So she'll go from this one, guys, all the way up to that one, and then stare out the window and watch the birds. That's what she does. She dreams about other power stations. So, all right, let's see what we're doing here.
you want to be in the
You know what? Let's look at some different stuff while we're goofing around waiting here. 85, 71, 71, 67, and 51. The best thing to do when you get these guys is not do it like we're doing it right now. Is to set it all together, have no load on it and no income as far as like incoming power, and then let it balance to, it gets kind of balanced here, and then utilize it. But like I said, this is a test. And the test is going to be valuable for people who are just going to get it and smash it together and start using it. Because I know that's what people are going to do. I just know it. We get a lot of emails and messages, guys, that, hey, I got this. You had, man, this is crazy. A lot of people are making mistakes with these systems of all, not just Pecron, the Bluettis, but, that we get emails all the time and say, well, I got the system and I hooked it up to my array of solar panels, and for some reason it doesn't charge anymore. And I said, well, how many watts are you putting in, or how many volts are you putting into it for your voltage? What's your open circuit voltage? And you're like, what's that? And I'm like, wait a minute, what do you mean, what's that? That's the most important thing, guys. VOC. Yeah, VOC. Yeah, you cannot go over 150 volts. And they'll say, well, we had a 240 off a array in the backyard. I'm like, you put a 240 volt array into 150 receiving end? That's really bad, guys. So there's a lot of people out there making dangerous mistakes with electricity. And, guys, always try to stay within the parameters. Not even try. Always stay within the parameters, just in case. Whether you're input or output, learn about the system first. If you're trying to charge something, make sure that it's charging correctly, kind of thing. Like I said, I'm doing this as a test. This isn't how I would normally do it, but I'm risking 2 of my batteries in a system, well, actually 4 batteries in a system, to see if this will damage the machine or anything in real time, and that way you'll know, hey, well,
what not to do.
Yeah, what not to do, or if I made the same mistake, I don't have much to worry about because it worked for him too. So here we got 85, 71, 71, 67, and 51. Obviously, it's going to take some time because that has to get from 85 on the top all the way down to 51. But like I said, it just proves my point of why I don't like those lights on any power station or battery bank. We've actually had people that had the E3600LFP, and they hooked up 3 batteries to it. And, we warned them, you can only put 2 batteries to that darn system. And they put 3, and they burned out their system. And then, it was a big to-do where it was like, that was a bad idea. Always stay within the parameters, guys. The engineers design this stuff. We are just the users. If you're into the modding, and guys, I would love to put 100 batteries. If I could put 100 EP3000s on this system, I would have bought one every time I had extra money. I would have bought 1 extra battery, and I would have daisy chained them up until there was no daisy chaining left, which would have been infinite. You know what I mean? But guys, you can only put 4 batteries on there. According to Pecron. So I have to stay, and you have to stay, and everyone has to stay within the parameters of what Pecron says. Otherwise, the warranty is null and void. Shipping these back is very expensive. I've warned people for probably years now, right? A whole year or something. She's running shipping something like this back, guys, because if you make a mistake on a system or something, shipping this is like $150. The E3600LFP is like $100. We had to ship back 2 Oukitels, and the Oukitels were about $100 a piece. And I was like, man, that's a lot of money. But if you got to ship them back, you got to ship them back. So try your best to just learn about the systems first. You know, the old saying is measure 100 times and cut once. Same with electricity. Learn about it a lot before you make the attempt. Watch someone else. If I'm the person that makes a mistake and you can learn from that, I'm all for that. And that way you can say, well, I'm not doing it that way because that way was obviously bad. So, and then we can all learn as a a scriber family. That's the whole point of this. So we're still at the same numbers, 85, 71, 71, 67, 51. I'm going to let it go for a few more minutes, guys, just to see if the numbers change a little bit. And then we're going to have to, because this could take, what, a half an hour to an hour? It usually takes about a half an hour to balance the batteries, guys. I don't want to do a half hour of just rambling. Well, I could easily do that.
Wait, I was to say, what's new?
Yeah, I could do that.
If anyone heard Ramblin Bobcat in the background, she was mad at me because I wouldn't let her eat the foam. So
oh, yeah, don't eat the foam there. Don't eat the foam, kitty cat.
Yeah, she was mad that I told her no.
Yeah. Well, so far everything's running good. Those charging, I see them charging. We just have to wait till that balances out, And then all your temperatures, 87, 84, 80, 73, and 71. So obviously the further away that you get from the main, the temperature starts dropping.
And we just brought these in, right?
Yep. Yeah, they were outside. That's why they're, they're not much difference, maybe about 10-degree difference at the most. 13 actually at that one, 12 and a half. But yeah,
they were outside.
Yeah, we literally just brought them in the house and opened the boxes, guys. You are seeing the absolute first-hand opening of this, and let's see if we can see anything like oh, we should check.
What?
Okay, so notice that went down to 69%, which is the average, because remember it said 75 before.
Oh, but those brought them down.
Yeah, so it's taking the average of the whole thing, so that's working good. The overall temperature is this one, and the voltage is of everything, so that's balancing them out pretty good. And then you have this, but you remember that it had that one we could see the cells. Remember that? So you could see the green here. Guys, I didn't notice this a while ago, but you see the green? So when it's full, the green obviously fills. I didn't notice that at first. Did you notice that at first?
Nope.
So, as this host gets full, this is 83. I wish I had the percentages on them, but you can click them and it shows you up here what the batteries see. Excellent, and then excellent. But it shows you, see 3.33. It shows you each cell, which is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 cells in each of those. So you have 16 times 5. What is that? Oh my gosh, that's like 80 cells. How much is that? 60 plus 24, 84 cells. Yeah, that's 84 battery cells in this thing total, if my math is correct. But this is a neat thing, and I never noticed that little green stuff. So the more the green gets full, so you could watch it this way if you wanted to. I'd rather watch it on the what's it called? This way. Yeah, this way. Okay, I was trying to think of what the name of that is, but I was thinking of simple mode, but it's not.
No.
It's actually this mode where you switch it.
The other way.
Yeah, just the other way.
The other way.
So all the numbers are still the same.
Does it say 100 and
What were you seeing?
Nope, it changed right when I was trying to point it out. Never mind.
What were you looking at?
Bottom right, it said 101 hours, and then
Oh yeah, well yeah, that'll fluctuate. Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. You remember the one in the other room says like 451 hours.
Is that how much time we have left, or how much time till it's done charging?
I think okay. So I think how this clock works is when the input is higher than the output, that's how much till it's done charging.
Oh, okay.
I think. And when the output is higher than the input, that's how much
time you have left with it?
Remaining, yes.
Oh.
So this is a single clock that'll switch. Like if I unplug these right now, and you'll see that, it'll switch from how much time left charging to how much time remaining.
I got excited. We have 101 hours, and then I was going to say something, and it switched.
It's going to be a while, yeah. Let's see here. Is there any other things that we could look at since we're here? This is just input output settings here. Guys, we have not had this on the grid at all, other than the first day that we had it installed, if you will. We tried the simulated grid, but we're happy to say this is almost 2 solid months now, right?
Yeah.
It's got to be almost 2 solid months. Yeah, we've been waiting. Guys, we've been waiting. Make sure you dust off your systems, guys. It doesn't hurt. Try to get the systems dusted off.
The cat does that for us.
Yeah. She brushes them with her hair, but try to clean it up. And then the area that you're in, try to keep it as much dust free as you can. Obviously, you can't fight dust, 100% because, you'll win. or you'll lose against dust every time. But let's see here. Let's see. That's the input, guys. We have 7 whole watts coming in this array and 218 in this one. These are the ones that are aimed kind of towards the sun, and these are the ones that are on the fence. Those are the REC panels in quad, which is a series parallel like that, and then they're like this on each one of those. This one is 90 degrees from the ground, and this is 45 degrees ish from the ground, so that's why it's getting a lot better. This one's almost almost gone here, and then we don't use this one anymore because, guys, it's so tiny, you know what I mean? Like, maybe I'll use it in the future, but I put that run on another power station to fill that one first. Now our panels are really going to have to work overtime to fill this, because we were doing what, 6, 7, 8 thousand a day easily, and now we have to do 15. So that's really a step up. Guys, I wish I could put 30,000 watts or 50 or 100,000. I wish I could, guys, if I could have 100,000 watt hours on this system and just have the batteries lined up along the wall there, that would be awesome. But I think 15 is pretty good in a start. So okay, we're gonna pause it here, I guess, because otherwise we're gonna watch paint dry here.
Grass grow,
yeah. So we're gonna let this, and then I'm gonna, now notice it is 4:17 on October 31st. So when I come back, when these are all balanced, I'll let you know how long it took before these got balanced out. Okay, guys, we'll be right back. Okay, guys, finally I am back, and for you it was only 1 second, but for me it was hours. So what I did is I helped it charge along. They balanced, and then I wanted to fill the system to 100% to see how it would do, and it's just finalizing right now. So as you can see, this is 100%, 100, 100, 100, and 100. But these 3, which are the 2 bottom ones, those are the new ones, and then the host is what's doing. It's known as topping off. So it's basically just topping off the little bits and pieces of cells that needs a little bit here and there. So like when you go into here, you can see that this 3.57, 3.55. So see, it's just kind of topping them up here. Let's see here, 3.54. See, there's a couple that'll change, not many, just little bits and pieces here, and you'll see them change. But it's basically topping that off right now. So you'll see these finalize in real time. So I got 1300 watts. What I was doing, guys, is I was filling this thing, and I forgot that I had the charging. If you go here and you go here, I forgot I had this charging speed at 10%. So you can change it from 100, from 10 to 100%. And I forgot I said that 100. I thought, well, I'll just come back in a couple hours and, you know, it'll be full. Lo and behold, I forgot, as I said, that this was on 10%, so it was only charging at about 400 watts. So 15,000 watt hour system obviously is very time consuming when you try to fill it at 400 watts. So we're going to watch the finalization of the system. This would be the first official fill, and I'm actually pulling from the grid today just to help this up, because I have emptied, guys, I emptied into the system. I emptied both Oukitels, I emptied the Oupes and the AFERY, all of those into this system to try to fill it, and I was still a little bit short, so I was trying to fill from the wall. But like I said, I was filling at 400 watts, and you have a better chance of running faster than a NASCAR around the track than filling this at 400 watts. That would take some time. But all right, let's see what's going to happen here. So we're at 1180 watts. It's starting to drop down real slowly, but I want to see the finalization where it drops all the way down, and it's still going to pull some power because we're using the UPS, so that's an obvious giveaway. But I want to see that all the cells you know, get to where they got to go here. It says 0 minutes, guys. If you see your system like this and it's still charging, just, you know, pay attention to it, but leave it be. It's just finalizing, so it's not a problem. It just basically, it didn't calculate the last little bits and pieces. When you fill that, you know, that stadium or whatever for the ball game, little bits and pieces is hard to find, where you're like, oh, you have to sit over there, and then you have to sit over there, so you have to find the last open seats, and that's what it's doing. That's what finalization is, or topping off a battery is. Usually like a small little like if you have a trickle charger on your car battery, that's what it's doing. It's keeping it kind of topped up. So any seat that kind of opens, if you will, it kind of, you know, fills it. But here, see, now it dropped down to 1100. So we're going to watch this in real time, and we're going to see it finalize and see if it finalizes. and that way, you know, we know that these batteries will be working good together here. All the lights are green, and then of course green and green, because these have been on there. And then this one does not have a light because that's the main unit, of course. But I went and got myself another doily, and that's basically our joke on here, is we call these doilies, but another dolly. So as you can see, I have 4 of them now. We had to run to the freight real quick, and we got 4. These hold, according to specs, about 1,000 pounds a piece. And then we rate everything that we buy at Harbor Freight 50%. So as you can see, 1,000 pounds is now 500 pounds in my eyes. So that's just a safety thing that I do, because Harbor Freight doesn't always have the best of qualities. I mean, it's a pretty neat store where you need something, you could go get it really quick. Like their panels, guys, I love their panels. Oh, see here, look at 1048. So it's starting to drop. And then their panels are like $100, but you really get like 100 watts out of them. It's an amazing deal, but you have to change the ports on them, guys. If you remember, I've done lots of videos where we bought 6 of those panels, $100 a piece, and we had to change not the ports, what do you call it, the end cords. Basically, it comes from SAE, which is a very old kind of Radio Shack dated plug, all the way up to MC4, which is what they use now. That's kind of the industry standard, because waterproof and better connection, airtight, just everything. There's, you know, it's very hard to find a leak in those because they have those little silicone rings and stuff in there, so they work rather well. Here we're dropping slowly. Here we just hit the magic number, so we're down to 1,000. Now that I'm charging at full speed, you know, I could have charged this thing at super speed with that 30 amp cable, but I don't have a plug in this building that can withstand that. So I don't think I'd ever use that. I wish I could, but I don't think I ever would. Oh, see, now it's starting to drop a little bit faster at 985. We just gotta wait, and like I said, you know, these videos are long, guys, but I like to do this in real time so you can see what to expect. Because you guys, I get a ton of email all the time saying, you know, I bought a system, whether it's a Bluetti, a VTOMAN. I mean, guys, we have lots of systems on this channel. I mean, there's got to be, let's see, there's Pecron, Oukitel, Oupes, AFERY, there's Bluetti, there's TIMEUSB, Energizer, VTOMAN, if I did say Allpowers. You know, so we have a lot of different names. You know, we don't just like one particular brand. We like whatever works. This just seems to be what works the best for us right now, and hopefully for a long time to come. But when you charge these systems, you want to make sure that you leave them be when they get this full, because coming from the RC world, if you have 2 cells and one is like this, what happens is, as this drops off camera, watch my fingers, as it drops off camera, okay, right there it's going to say, oh, battery's empty, but you see this amount of battery that's left? That's what it's doing. It's kind of going like this and topping them up like that, and you want to let it do that. Here, 936, so it's dropping. This is obviously going to take a little while, guys, but you're seeing it in real time, and that way, if you get a system like this, or any system like this, and you know, you're like I said, we get hundreds of messages all the time. You know, I bought a system and VTOMAN or whatever, and you know, it says 100%, but it's still charging, and we're just like, you know, watch it, but leave it be, because it's doing what it needs to do. So as you can see, it's starting to drop down here a little bit more. This is what I'm pulling for the shop here, just under 200 watts. Now notice it says 100% up here, see? But that's an illusion, like I said. So right now we're recalibrating the battery cells, and that's what topping off does. It makes sure that each one has every little bit of energy that's supposed to be in there, and then it'll be truly 100. See? Oh, 900, we dropped down to 800. There it goes. See, it's starting to drop down again. But you'll see it'll go up and down like this, guys. It's just what it does. So just leave it be. And but like I said, keep an eye on it. It's always good if you see a system that looks like it's struggling, you know, keep an eye on it. Or if you're new to a system, that way you can know what to expect next time, and that way, you know, someone says, hey, look at this, it's 896, and it says well, it says 100%. Ramblin Bob said leave it alone, and you know, you can explain why. You say, well, this is why. These 3 batteries, which is the host, that's the one that's always coming and going, right? And then you have these 2, which are the brand new batteries that we just put on. Well, they're finalizing, they're finishing, and you can see this number drop. See, now we're down to 855. So it's going to take some time. And guys, this is a 15,000 watt-hour system, so I can't stress that enough. This is the biggest system we've ever had here on this channel, or I've ever had in life. So obviously that is a long-term charging thing. Just to give you an idea, guys, you know, 15,000 watt hours, that could run a 1,000 watt heater for 15 hours. I mean, holy crap. So that's a long time. It's a lot of power for mobile to be able to drag this stuff around. You know, you throw this in a van or an RV, and then you can go do outdoor event with your family or something like that, and you know, power just about anything you need. I mean, this could run. What is a George Foreman grill? A lot of people use them. A lot of people don't. I have a small one. I think it runs about 600 watts. But I'm guessing a big one would probably be maybe about 1,200 watts. So you know, you could do a George Foreman full-size grill probably for, I don't know, maybe 8 to 12 hours somewhere in there. That, you know, that's a long cookout. That's a long barbecue. But I prefer charcoal myself, or live fire like that. But yeah, guys, you ever throw those little wood chips that are like you know, little red cedar chips, or you know, you put them in the charcoal to kind of add flavor. I like that. I like that. That's a very personal taste for me, because it's hard to get at a restaurant and stuff. And then of course I put away all my cables, guys. I got a ton more cables. Like, that's what I needed for Christmas, is more cables. I must have, my gosh, I must have 100 cables on the wall, and on that wall over there. Like, I have cable galore going on here. Here, 820, it is dropping. 816. But once this does this once, usually the cells are pretty good for a while, but it's only a matter of time before they kind of get out of whack, you know, and then it does it again. But not as bad as the first time. The first time is always the longest, because that's the time where you're filling it and recalibrating everything perfect. So you know, it's almost good to, you know, pull your system down. If you're utilizing it every day, pull it down to about 10 or 20% every once in a while. Like, drain a lot of the energy out. You can go to 0, but I don't recommend it. And then refill it with brand new. It's kind of like, guys, you ever put brand new gas in your tank? You know, if you go down to 0, you might suck in some of that bad stuff. Now, this isn't the same probably, but you know, you don't really want to go to 0 on your gas tank because of all that rust that could be in there and stuff. But, you know, you want to get that old gas out of there and replace it with new gas. And this is old energy and new energy. You know, energy can get stale. A lot of people don't realize that. As energy, when it sits, it can get stale. Then that it kind of takes the power or the punch away. That's why old batteries, when they sit, they get really bad, you know. All right, 743. So it is dropping a little bit here. We're just waiting, guys. It's a waiting game. That's all this solar stuff is. I hope you guys are enjoying your day. I hope you guys are enjoying these videos. I very much enjoy making them. I want to do this for like a living now. This is, oh, 650. So it's starting to drop a little quicker here. 629. Oh, then it went back up to 7. But it is very fun, guys. It's very fun. When you talk about something you really enjoy, it's kind of easy. You just ramble on about it, because we've used this thing for, man, just about everything. And then remember, we have that little adapter here. If we want to put another thingy, that's a really cool thing. Thanks to Sharon. She helped us figure that out really quick. A little adapter. And while we're waiting, I'll just show the people who haven't seen it yet. Just a small adapter. It's nothing really that fancy, but you know what? Sometimes something small and simple works the best, and this is it. This is a little, it's called a NEMA TT30P, I believe, and the P stands for the prong. Otherwise, it has 3 flat edges like this, but this is a P version, and that's what's in here. So sometimes you see an RB's got 3 flat ones. This is all new technology to me, because I don't use that much 240 or NEMA plugs like this. But you just poke this in here like that. It's very tight because it's new. And then look at that. You have another 20 amp 110 or 120, depending on what generation you came from. So you can take this out and plug it right in there, and you're done. I mean, and it matches the system really good. It sticks out about the same distance as this little flap. So maybe about 3 inches or so. Oh, we're under 600. So we're getting there. We're getting there. Yeah, this has been on every day, guys, for, I want to say, it's got to be 2 to 3 months. I can't remember. I mentioned in the other video, we use it every day, and it's very hard to lose track of time. I think we just passed our 45th or 50th day now. I'll have to look again and see. We mentioned that other video that we put up, guys. We had mentioned how long, you know, since we bought it. It was, I think, 42 days or something like that. We did that video. So just add a couple more days on this. So it's going to be 45 plus now. But guys, we've had 0 problems. The only issues that we've ever had with this that I recall that are issues that really aren't is, if you remember on On this, where the heck was it? On the simple mode, this says instead of Sunday, S-U-N, it says S-U-M. I noticed that. And then, what was the other one? Oh, that. You hear that? That squealing? That's when the fans stop. We kind of got used to it. It happens every once in a while. But the first time I heard that is actually on a video, and I'm like, what the heck? It sounds like a car doing a burnout outside, and that's what I thought it was the first time I heard it. So I didn't mention it on the video because I'm thinking, what the heck? And then I heard it again, and it has not affected anything with the system. It absolutely zero. It just goes, and then stops. So I think it's almost like brakes. You know, it sounds like that, like brakes or a squealer or something like that. But the other thing was, let's see, no problems though, no problems. Just a misspelling. The weird kind of squeaky sound. I don't know if that's normal or not. But like I said, this has been going 24/7, so it hasn't affected anything. I thought there was one other thing. Let my brain kind of twist through its motions here and figure out. It wasn't a problem. It was just like a. Oh yeah, the fan, guys. The icon for the fan. So the icon for the fan is in there according to the instruction manual, owner's manual, but I have never seen it. So those are the three things. Excuse me. Those are the three things: the squealing when the fans stop, which, like I said, I've almost kind of come accustomed to it. I kind of like it. It sounds like a squeal out from like a Dukes of Hazzard car. But I don't know if that's normal or not. And then the fan icon never shows up when the fans are on, but the fans go on, so that's not a problem. But I think it should be up there, being that, you know, they show the fan icon in the book. Guys, if you have the system, have you ever seen your fan icon? I've never seen it, even though it shows a picture in the book. Sometimes these companies like to take old pictures and put in the new ones, but of the screen. But since this one's so different, it was kind of hard to, you know, kind of believe that. So, and then that misspelling of the day here, 540. So it's starting to drop here. Just taking a long time because finalization, guys, is the slowest part. It can't speed this because it'll obviously wreck the batteries if it goes too fast. So if you go to simple mode, and you'll see that was so the squealing of the fans when they stop, and the misspelling of Sunday, S-U-N to S-U-M, and then the fan icon. Other than that, guys, we've had zero problems with this system, and it's been running 24/7 every single day. We probably cycle approximately, I want to ballpark at about 6,000 watt hours a day. And I think that's a very fair assessment with how much we use in the beginning to what we're using now. It's down to 5, and it's always dusty in here, guys. That's why I'm always coughing. It's always dusty. I hate dust, but guys, you cannot win against dust. So do your best. Try to, you know, the dryer sheet in front of the intakes. Sometimes that helps if you change it every week. It keeps the dust out of your system. You could tape it to the side, like here. You could tape this, you know, tape it right here. You can see that kind of dust in there. Or while this is finishing, I'll leave this up here. We're at 526. I'll show you that green slime stuff, guys, that I have. Let me show you a piece of that. Give me 1 second here. I didn't know I was going to show you this. So obviously when you go to show somebody something, you don't expect to take that out. So this stuff, guys, I've been using this stuff for years. They keep changing the name of this stuff, but it's the same stuff. It's like a gooey stuff. Oh, here, 506, so it's dropping. This stuff, guys, it's really like a very strange product, but it works extremely well for what I need it for, electronics and stuff. So you take the gooey stuff. See, there's some still in the bottom of the bag here. It looks like Flubber, you know, the little cartoon character Flubber or Bubblegum or something like that. So you just kind of roll it like that, and you just stick it. Now watch this. You just kind of stick it there, see, and it takes the shape of that, and you see how clean it got? I mean, it's so quick. So you just kind of mush this in your system, not too hard, but just a little bit, and it takes the shape. And you see that little boogery kind of things right there? So it pulls it right out, and now look at how clean that is again. So, you know, you can stay on top of your systems like that, but dust, guys, you know, we work a lot with wood. You know, I'm always building, you know, something fun, speakers or something like that. So you're always cutting wood, and boy, you cannot get rid of the dust from wood. It just, man, it just doesn't stop. So you could try your best. You can keep up with it, but you're not going to eliminate it. So, and then we got this guy ready to go here. So our full system here, 15,000 watt hours plus this little guy is going to be back up and running. but we're doing the full charging test. Still charging the first, the fourth, and the fifth, which if you're keeping track of, you know, how this says, it's the host and the second and third. That's very confusing, guys. There must be a reason why they do that. Down to 500, so it's getting there. Which means only 300 watts is going in the system about, guys, charge the batteries. Because remember, I'm using about 200. So there must be a reason why they label it that way, guys. If you know the reason why, that they just don't call this, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and be simple with it. There has to be a pretty educated reason of why they do that. I don't know what the reason is, but I mean, it works as long as you set your batteries. Just don't set two batteries to the same number, guys. So we have the host, and then that's 0, and then that's 1, and then that's 2, and then that's 3. Which is, guys, that's really a weird. It's really a weird setup for you know. Oh, here 400. You know, naming your batteries or whatever. But as long as the system works, that's all that matters. I mean, I'll name it, you know, Fred and Gary and Dale if that's what it wants. But as long as the system works, that's the key. Oh, here, look at one of the things charged off now. So that means that these three in the middle are completely topped off when that little lightning bolt right here goes away. See how 2, 1, and 0? Well, it's so confusing. So battery 2, 3, and 4. I'm just gonna call them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So battery 2, 3, and 4. Those are completely full now, and there's no energy going in. And notice that it's on 86 degrees, 84, 80, 80, and 82. So we only have 2 left that are topping off. This one needs to be topped off all the time, guys, because remember, this is the first one that goes into battle when you pull or bring in energy is obviously the main. So we're down to 417. We're going to finalize it in no times. Hopefully we can get even bigger systems from you know, this company or Bluetti or other things down the road. I like EcoFlows. They have that big Ultra system, but boy, that comes with an Ultra price tag. I saw that and I'm like, oh, I want that. It's like 45,000 watt-hours of power. That's like crazy. This is 15, so imagine 3 times the size of this, and then the inverter is bigger, and the power input is bigger, and it's like everything. But man, that's a home grid system. This is I look at this as a portable. You know, if I want to, you know, unhook this real quick, I could have all this stuff in the car in 5 minutes and go to a fishing spot at a cabin, and we would have literally, you know, 15 kilowatts of power to power whatever we want. TVs through the night, lights, obviously. Use LEDs, obviously, because it's better for the longevity of the power. You don't want to go out there with like halogen bulbs that are, you know, 500 watts unless you're doing special, you know, things outside or something. But, you know, you don't need that kind of light power. But so here we're bringing in about 200 plus watts, and that's what's tapering off here. So we just gotta keep rambling, guys. That's it. You gotta keep rambling so you can see this. As I said, I want to show everyone in real time the best I can, and that way, if your system, you know, you can always speed up the video, right? If you don't want to watch all this stuff and listen to the stories, you can always speed it up and see what it does at the end, and that's okay too. But I want to make sure that for the people that are having any kind of issues out there, or issues as far as they can't get an answer for their questions. You know, if you don't have an answer for a question, that becomes an issue because you're not sure what to do. And like I said, we've had so many people. It's like every day it's continuous. And there's a, you know, hey Ramblin Bob, I bought a system, and you know, it just keeps charging and it says it's full. And I just keep telling them, just trust me on this, let it keep going. There's a BMS in there. It's very smart. That's why they call it. It's a battery management system. It knows what it's doing, and if it has a problem, then you have other safeguards in there to prevent something from either overcharging, over voltage, or something like that. So just let it do what it does, and then, you know, when it finalizes, then you'll see, and then, you know, like I said, you'll learn your system. It's kind of like when you drive a car at the first time. You got to learn how the car reacts on a turn. Especially like trucks, guys. I'm kind of a truck driver in a sense, you know, RVs and stuff. And if you take a corner too tight or too hard of the RV, well, you could regret it. That sucker would tip over on you. So, you know, same with the system. You got to learn your limitations on your system, you know. But here, we're in the 3s now, so it's going to finalize pretty soon here. We are just waiting and waiting. It's 1 and 5 still going here. All right, we just gotta wait, guys. Hopefully you guys are enjoying your systems. As far as everything that we powered on here, let me see. I think 4 or 5 laptops, a couple TVs, air conditioner, heater up to the 1500 watt heater that I usually have sitting right here. Let's see, the little light up there, that little the Bougerv guy or whoever that is, the energy, it's the energy guy I call him. Charging other power stations, power dumping. We still have 1600 watts of solar on this one and 1600 on this one, so that's coming in at 3200 watts. And of course we can only max out at 2400 watts, guys, because the limitations of these ports. But these are over paneled by one whole panel because of that reason. On you know, days where it's less sun or something like that, I get a much better chance of filling this because it's over paneled. And I'm a big believer in over paneling if you have the space. Otherwise it's kind of hard to get there. Here, 365. Oh, look at that, guys. So this last one, while I was rambling away here, so this last one is 100% done. That's the new battery down here. That is 100% done now. This is 100% done. That's 100% done. This is 100% done. And now we're waiting on the last little bit. As you can see, it's 376, 365. So this, oh, look at it's dropping like 10 watts every second now. So this one will be 100% very, very soon, and then we can end the video. And I could say this is definitely a very long day for me, for sure. Like I said, I thought I was charging it faster, but I wasn't. I wish I would have saw that earlier. But it is now 11:46 at night on the same day, Halloween. Happy Halloween, everybody. And you'll see that this will get down to this plus a little bit of what's called conversion loss, or UPS, or background services running. So once it gets down to that, these all should go disappear with the lightning bolty things, and then it should just be running basically off the grid. And then you have you know, 15 kilowatts if the grid were to drop. And like I said, this is the first time it's been on the grid, only because, guys, I ran out of power. I ran out of power. Those things only have about 1500 watts of usable capacity. That's only got 1500. So those only have about 1500. So, you know, after the conversion loss and everything. So that's about, let's see, that's about 6, right? And I think I was at like 60, I don't know, 67% of the system. And remember, that was 67% of the system at 9 kilowatts. And now I put another 6 kilowatts on there. So holy crap, Zill, that's a ton of power. I'm so happy that I was able to get this system. And Miss Ramblin Bob was too. I mean, we could power everything we need. Holy cow. Here, see, it jumped up here. Look, it's going up to 7 and then back down. That's what's known as like a trickle spike. So what happens is if it finds a cell that's, you know, like it's checking it, you know, it finds cells and it goes, oh, over there, and then you'll see it spike and then dip down. It's almost like a checkup kind of thing. Oh, see that one? Now that one jumped on, so it says that number 2, which is actually battery number 4. And see, now here's number 1. That's what it's doing. See, oh, now see, they're all popping on. So it's finalizing again. After a battery rests, cells sometimes open up and it goes, oh, I forgot one there and I forgot one there. See, now that one disappeared. So if you see this, guys, this is normal. I'm glad this happened on video too. And now that, see that number 4 is, it's actually battery number 2, but I'm going to call them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just for the sake of easy. Battery 4 is, see, now that went off. So that's what it's doing. It's topping up the batteries, guys, you know, as it pulls energy, and then we're down to 369, 350. So this should be the end of the video very, very quickly here. If you're in the comment section, guys, let me know how you're enjoying your systems, whether it's, you know, a Pecron or a Bluetti or a VTOMAN. Well, like, what was your favorite system out there? Mine so far was, as far as the power is obviously this one for me, but it's the portability. I'd have to go with probably the Bluetti AC2A. I really like that system. It's very small. We actually got my wife one too, so she's got one and I got one, and that way, you know, she doesn't have to use mine all the time. You know, so she liked that one that much. Yeah, I do like the VTOMAN one that we have. The VTO one has a special feature where it has these jumper cable things that you could. It's got like a I don't know what you call it. It's like a high power capacitor, and then it stores a bunch of energy and then shoots a bunch of amps into your car and it starts your car. That's a really cool feature that these other ones don't have. None of the Pecrons have that. None of the Bluettis have that I know of. But the VTOMAN, there's also another company we're affiliated with, but we're not really hooked up with too well as far as we don't have any equipment. See how this popped back on? See, and it's spiked all the way up to 1200, 1300. Oh, see, they all pop back on. So that's going to top them off, and then that's going to fade into the background. You'll see as soon as it's just got to wait here, guys. Okay, see how they pop on and off there? See, I don't know. So it's basically like a checkup. Oh, hey, you're good. Okay, and then it pops off. So that's kind of what the system does. I can't wait to see what kind of power I get in the morning after I go through one night with how much power we got coming in. Okay, so see now these are all balanced again. 357. I wish it would hurry up and finish here so we could just finish up this video, but you know, we got to wait in real time. That's the hard part about these videos, guys. You just got to wait and wait and wait, you know. Back to that VTOMAN thing, I think that's a really cool thing. But Hulkman, like I said, we're affiliated with them, but we don't have any of their products yet. I'd love to try one of their car jumpers. It's a little, it looks like a lithium-ion battery pack, basically for a laptop battery. And that's got the jumpers on it, and it's got that super capacitor cell thing. And then you could just hook that straight into your car battery, and vroom, there goes your car, and you drive home. And I guess I could do like a really, really big engine. So that's exciting to hopefully, if I can bring that to the channel, guys, I definitely will. I definitely will. But we like their not Hulkman's, but VTO's version of that. But it's a full power station. I think they do make smaller ones and like little air pumps and things like that. We'd like to. There's so many products out there, guys, that the wallet runneth dry. If you know what I mean. So you want to try all of this stuff, and you just you run out of money and you run out of space to put it, and just over and over and over again. All right, well, I guess I don't. You guys think it's full? I know it's finalizing. It can't be using that much on UPS. Let's try this. Let's unplug the electric here. So there, you saw that flicker. That's unplugging it. See, no input. They're all at 100. And then let me see here, because I don't think the UPS uses that much power. Okay, so I'll put 180, 190. So let's go back here. So now we have 15,000 watt hours in this bad boy. And now I'm going to plug it in again, and we're going to see what it does. Okay. Let's see what it does in real time here. Okay, we just heard the inverter click on. And it shot up to 700. See how it shoots up real far? It's checking the system. So it puts a bunch of energy, and then you're going to see it drop again. Yeah, see now here it dropped in half. And then you see the little lightning bolts. So if you see this, it's normal. Don't worry about it. And notice how it's falling again. See? And then this will just, yep, see, they'll all disappeared, except the first one. The first one is trying to finalize here. Usually when you do from solar too, it'll do that. It'll charge and let go. That's just batteries, guys. Batteries can never really stay 100%. You know, energy can't stay in there 100%. Energy just drops over time naturally. Not quickly, of course, but like old batteries that, like a car battery used to drop really, really quick. You guys remember that, you know, using a car battery for a trolling motor, where if you don't use it, it sits for a week, you know, it's a dead battery. You know, so that's something you got to keep up on with the trickle charge or whatever. But it seems to be using 190 watts. I don't know if that's going in the system. Like if I pulled a load, it would finalize quicker, but I just want to see what it does on the last bit. So far, I think this battery is perfect. Let's check the cells here, guys. So let's go to, oh, no, not that one. Sorry. Oh, here, 56.9. So I believe 57 is the finalization voltage. So maybe that's what we're waiting on, that 1/10 of a volt here. 87.8 degrees Fahrenheit. It is hot in here already. It's probably 78 degrees in here. Let's see here. And then you got a battery still. Okay, so you got 3.56, 3.55, 3.56, 3.55. So notice that some are 3.56 and some are 3. Oh, here's a 3.57, 3.54. So you see they're a little bit off still. It's still trying to balance that, and it just takes time. See, like that one is 355 almost across the board, except there's a 356. You're going to see a little bit of just different numbers. 3.57 on these first two cells, and then 3.5 on all these, and then 3.6, and then here 3.51 down here, 3.48. So you can see some are a little bit off, but those are the new batteries that we just got. It seems like battery 2 had the biggest discrepancy as far as 3.47, and these are, I think the highest is 3.47, and the lowest is 3.37. But they do balance over time. As you can see, like when you do these, see how nothing really changes? I think there's these two that are changing here, very, very little. But as long as they're very close, I mean, I don't know if they ever get perfect across the board. Let's see here. Okay, so here, 57 volts. See that? See how it popped up 57? So let's go back to this one, and then we'll see what it's doing here. Let's see. So yeah, see, it looks like it's still finalizing in little bits and pieces. Over time, this will slow down and then go down to about what you're using plus the conversion. But I'm gonna consider this a full for the first charge. I'll do this again, of course, once I burn out as much as I can tonight, and only because it's taking so long, guys, to finalize those last ones. But if you leave this, eventually the system will balance 100%. And I'm just doing this for, obviously we're way past the hour here for waiting for this, but it's very, very close. So I'm gonna pull this, and then I'm gonna use it for the night, and then I'll report back again here, hopefully tomorrow. Let me take this out of here, guys. Oh, when you pull this charging thing, guys, make sure, I got to turn it. Okay, hold on, give me a second, guys. Yeah, well, that's tough to get out of there. Was it left or right? Oh, it was left. I was going the wrong way, guys. Okay, so when you take this out, try not to yank it too much like I did. You have to go to the left. See how the spring is to the right? So I was pushing it to the right. It was just tightening it, but to the left, and then it pops right out. So there we go. We got a full system. I would say it's 99.9% full system. As you can see, they're all on 100. And then I'm going to burn it out. Not all of it, of course, because that would be holy crap. So, but I'm going to burn out a chunk of it tonight, and I'm going to see what it's like in the morning time. And I don't know if I'll add it onto this video or I'll add it onto the next one or start the next one with it. And then we can kind of see what I'm using as far as power through one evening from 12 o'clock, about, it's 11:57, so 12 o'clock till maybe about 8 or 9 when the solar just starts in the morning. And then we'll kind of see what I use, and that way I can keep my records of, you know, how many days I could get using this bad boy. All right, guys, well, we'll leave it at that. Ramble on. Be safe. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. The videos are very long, and sometimes they're tough to listen to, but we have a great comment section, guys, and we can have a good dialogue. If you're new to the system, you know, we can help each other learn and teach each other stuff, and that's the whole concept of this channel and why we're here. Let me put this back here. I gotta put my screen. There you go. I can see it now. You can't see it, but I can see it because it's like oversaturated now. And then I gotta put this back real quick. Charging at 10%. And there we go. Okay. All right, guys. I guess I got a 100% system here, so I'm waiting, and then I'll fill you in on the next one. Okay. It's 11:58, and I'm signing off. All right, guys. Ramble on. Be safe, and I'll see you next time here at Ramblin Bob Reviews. Bye, guys.